And with that, welcome everyone on beautiful Saturday afternoon. We're downtown Windsor here, Nova Scotia. Mike Elliott with High Button Sports, wishing everybody a happy new year. And we're back in the rinks, and we got a great game here to get us started here at the U16 AAA. The Kings Hockey Club, it's their home game, but they're not at home. They're up here in Windsor taking on the Dukes from over in Prince Edward Island. Every time these two teams get together, it's a great time and some great hockey. You expect nothing less here this afternoon. Kings coming on a 7-game winning streak, looking to continue that here in 2026. Dukes 7-3 in their last 10. Last time these two teams come together, they split with a win each. We'll see what this afternoon brings. Starting goaltenders, number 72, George Midnick for the Kings. The number 29, 200 feet across from him, Felix Hatton for the Dukes. As the Dukes get inside the Kings zone early, there's a quick shot there, and it goes off to the outside of the net as the Dukes looking to get on the board here early. Now the battle on the boards pops loose, stays in here for the moment, pops down in front of the Kings bench. Now Jackman looks to regroup for the Kings. Over to the Frasers, loses it at center. Now Langell going to push the other way. Nice little pass, trying to break in alone. There's a quick shot, a nice blocker save as stepping in there was number 19 for the Dukes. That's to check the scorecard for them, as he has no name on the back of his jersey. Didn't see him on my scorecard, but we'll find out shortly. Now it's Langell on that far side, as Nash Langell looking for a change, but it's picked up by his teammates. It's a kind of a scramble. Now looking for some room to skate. As that 19 again, he deposited it in. As the Dukes will finish their change. King trying to pop one up through the middle. That's going to be picked off as fresh off the bench. It's going to be McLaren, but he's going to have a bouncing puck at the blue line and head offside. So 19 is Hartman. I apologize as I missed Gavin Hartman in the initial one, but we'll get him on the scorecard. And we'll drop the puck here on the offside. And it's going to be a quick whistle again, as they're going to be offside. As we fix our score clock as well. It is going the wrong way. New Year's with some New Year's jitters as we get things straightened away. The Dukes now in their own zone, looking to regroup, trying to get things reset here on the far side. They start to break out. That's going to be kept in at the line. Dukes will try again from behind their own goal. Down that corner now, trying to make things move around. As you can hear the teams laying a little bit of body. Now here comes the Dukes, moving it out. This one not going to make it far enough for ice. Either way, as both teams track that down, Kings will move it to the corner again. As the Dukes collapse quickly on them, but Jacob Amiro is going to go for a little skate. Now Amiro up through the neutral zone. He looks to bring the puck. He loses the handle. Dukes player falls down, but gets some help now. Behind their own net, they look to bring it out again. Looking up ice, far side. That one's going to go a little bit too far, and as that one goes the length of the ice, we will get an icing call. There's about 2.5 gone here now. First period, no score. Quick shot up at the time clock, see if they had the shots on goal. They do. The Dukes with 2, Kings with none. As maybe both teams shaking a little rust off, as each had an extended break for Christmas, obviously. Now here's a chance that pops open. There's one that's spinning and turning, was Mason Cole, sorry, but he misses the intended target. As of course, we get a shout out from Krista Hiscott walking by, owner, manager extraordinaire of the Kings Hockey Club. Seeing her for the first time this year. Does a great job for the U16 league, as well as here with the Kings Hockey Club. Now the Dukes looks to bring it up. Chips it up a little bit too far again. The Kings will pick it up inside their own line. Romaine push it here to Cole. Cole, he's got to take a bump. And it's on the better side of that as he puts it in. Now LeBlanc down there first for the Kings. He picks up in behind the net. Going to drop it. It's fresh off the benches. Lively loses the handle in the corner. Now the Dukes are trying to pick it up. That little cross-ice pass goes off a skate. Now they're able to regroup, do it again. Just down below us. And McLennan dumps it in deep. Minihik out to play it himself. He puts it to the opposite side. Now Weston trying to go high off the boards. Bouncing puck kept into blue line. Now down below the circles. Weston steps in to English. English trying to pop that down deep. LeBlanc. He takes a bump. Duke's picking out the scrum. In behind now, looking out front, trying to find one. And that pass almost gets through, but a good active stick by the Kings defense to push that away. Now LeBlanc trying to put it back to the corner. Kings trying to bring it out here now. Here's Lively. Lively looks up ice, chips it up ahead. Neufeld gives chase. Dukes get there first. Now they look. Trying to move it. That's McLennan. Trying to make a move at the line. Hands off to English. English goes back down to Arsenal, who tried to get it back out front. Kings block it off. Now they're going to go almost cross ice. I don't know if it's up a leg and has to retreat to pick it up now is Glover. He gets forced down deep as the Dukes, with all kinds of offensive zone pressure here, keeping the Kings locked down. Now at the blue line, McDonald trying to chip in. He puts it back down deep in the corner. McDonald again holds the line. He looks this time towards the net, fires one through, and a big save there, but off the stick, but it goes high off the glass and behind. It came right out front. Now the Kings will try to move it up. Lively loses at the line. It stays in, looking out front, and almost as a redirect came as Dune was sitting there right out front. Now McDonald again takes a bump, but there's a shot from Dunn as he fires it towards the goal. And there's one high off the glass. A little different than the Sappho Arena. They got that high glass all the way around. And the Kings able to clear, not far enough for icing. Dukes will look to move it up again. So we get a lot of time here between whistles as we're getting some fast, quick-paced action. Dunn again. He hits the red line, dumps it in deep. And watch out for those back boards. As Minnick, he almost played it behind, and then a chance as he put it off the side of his goal. Then the Duke player tried to fire right out front, trying to catch him out of position, but missed. Now a chance here. Both teams look for it. Now there's a chance. And again, a shot from the Duke's player that gets deflected up over the goal. And here's the pop up front. Backhand, and this time, Menenik, as he put the paddle down the first time to stop that passing attempt, and it came right back to, I believe it was Langell down low. But this time, Menenik gets the glove out, holds on, and going to force a face-off inside the zone. 5.5 gone first period. Dukes buzzing around here in the Kings zone. On the faceoff, Kings going to go high off the boards. Kept in by Murgahan. Now it's over to Hartman. Hartman, he fires a shot that's deflected. Now down to the corner. Miro trying to get there for the Kings. He takes a bump as Hartman's looking for it. There's a chance out front all by himself and makes no mistake. Puts that one home as a puck finds it on the stick. Duke's got to get on the board. I believe it's going to be number 19. Gavin Hartman. I'll wait for the official score announcement either way. Duke's going to get on the board first as finds himself wide open in front. Makes no mistake, goes along the ice and puts the Dukes on the board 1-0 as we're almost at 5 minutes gone here now in the first. We'll wait for the official announcement as they drop the puck here at center. Kings will move it up. Here's the goal announcement. It was Gavin Hartman. Nash Langell also going to get the assist marker there on that one. As the Dukes looking again for more. And it's Hartman, the goal scorer, trying to find a loose puck in the corner, but the Kings do move it out. Here's Cole. Moves over far side. Looking for a shot on goal with Slavuta. That doesn't get through, but they're trying to find a loose puck in behind. Dukes find that one. Now they're going to hand up here to Langell. Langell, he's going to go up through the middle. And it's Hartman again. Hartman breaking far side, looking out front, going to go around the net. Still trying to find somebody open. There's the pass out front. That doesn't connect. By giving chase now is Langell. He tries to take a pass out front as he takes a big hit from Romaine. And now Lemoyne hits center, dumps it in for the Kings. He gives chase. Dukes try to clear. They do. Now Jaden Weston back in his own blue line. Trying to move one up. Bouncing puck. And they're going to wave icing off. It's back to pick it up now. It's going to be Hartman. He's going to go for a skate. I apologize. That's Henry, William Henry. The Dukes had a couple players that look similar with their numbers. But now, here's Ogwood. He fires a shot. Doesn't quite get through. Hits the player in front. Kings pick it up with some partial numbers the other way. Here's Lively. Far side. Stops up. Looks towards the goal. Trying to find somebody open. A little drop pass now to Weston. He has to haggle with Godkin as they bang away along the boards. And the Duke's able to pop it up. Look for it at center now. Godkin puts it in deep. He's going to give chase. King's trying to get there first. It pops to the far corner now as Fisher looks to get out front. King's blocked that attempt. Almost gives it right back. Now it's picked up by Gardner. He takes a shot. There's an open net. Didn't get much stick on it as he thought he had the open goal. Was Fisher. But couldn't get much wood on that one. The Kings take it back the other way, dump it in. And that's going to come right in top. And heads up there now. Let's look for a loose puck. Now everybody's joined the party. As Hatton was going for the cover. But the Kings player, I think it was Neufeld, went in there, looked for a loose puck. They're still all wrapped up in the corner. We'll see if anything going to come from this. The referee's skating them over towards the penalty box area now. See if they take them both or not. They're going to have a conversation. It looks like it's Henry and Neufeld heading to the box. See if you can look in at all the four officials congregating together here in front of the timekeeper's box. Nothing up on the board as of yet. 11:55 remaining first period, 1-0 Dukes. Long conversation with the penalty box. Of course, I want to thank everybody for joining us here early this afternoon. Trying to remember what day it is here with the new year. And it is Saturday. So we try to get things going. Here's an extra player. So it looks like Neufeld might get an extra one as Lively's going to go in there and join him in the penalty box. So I believe the Dukes are going to get a power play out of this. 2 minutes up on the clock. Extra penalty going to the Kings. So the Dukes will get a penalty. Power play, sorry. The Kings will get the penalty. They'll head on the power play. We'll line up inside the zone. Have to wait for the official announcement. Either way, 2 minutes up on the clock. Dukes on the power play looking to double their lead. This faceoff's going to come to the corner. Kings try to clear, almost kept in at the line, and a bounce going to land on Jackman's stick. Jackman trying to get some speed. A nice defensive play there to push her to the corner to try to sidestep break wide there. Now a loose puck from the corner. Pushes ahead. Picked up here by the Dukes. He's going to try to do the same thing. He tried to get a step. He tried to come back inside. And that shot's going to be up a little bit too high. Didn't have much room there on the short side. The Dukes captain, Colin McCormack. And he's going to try to flick that one up. A little bit too high up another play. Face-off will stay inside the zone. Of course, McCormack, leading scorer on the Dukes. Would like to get one here on the power play, make this 2-0. Scramble draw. Both teams look for it. Kings find it, and they're going to send that down the length of the ice. Hatton out to play it. He's going to leave behind. Dukes will look to set up. Up through the middle now. McCormack got to bring it back as he tried to go from skate to stick. Now he looks up ice. He says all forward down behind it. Who hits the red line, dumps it in deep. Mahidnik tried to come out to play it, couldn't find it. Now the Dukes have it from the corner, looking out front. There's a pass. Neck is taken off, and the puck stays out. As Mahidnik had to be careful of that one as their pass in the far side. Tried for a quick one time. Made the save, and then everybody's crashing the goal. Neck comes off. We'll get a face-off inside the zone. A minute 3 to go here in the power play. This draw to the half wall. Both teams look for it. Dukes come up with it. Trying to hold the line. Can't do it. Trying to push that forward is Jackman. Jackman with a partial breakdown. Shorthand jump. He shoots. And what a save for his first shot on goal. Hatton makes a beautiful blocker save. Keeping that one out as the Dukes back in the other way. We're back the other way here. If I heard that right, I believe it might have been head contact. Either way, only 30 seconds to go here in the power play. Dukes pop out front. Here's the chance. He's in alone with a quick little chip one time. Putting that one on goal was Blake Hartman. But Minnick able to get a piece of that, forces it out. Now Duke's back to the blue line, moves over quickly, looking for some room, fires, one, scores! Power play goal number 17, Blake Hartman put that one up under the bar. They're having a conversation as Minnick looked behind him as the net was knocked off. And he's still questioned, but we'll bring it to center. Right now, I got it as a power play goal. Waiting to see if there's an argument from the bench here for the Kings. They're chatting with the linesman now as well. No signal from the official. Taking a long talk about this one. And the goal has been waved off. Let's see if we can find an explanation here as they head over to the Duke's bench. As Hartman was left all alone, he fired a shot short side. The net was knocked off on the far side. Can't quite read lips this far away. But coach nods the head. So with 13 seconds back up on the board, Dukes will continue on the power play. Disallow a goal here, 10:07 remaining first period. We'll get them all straightened away on the lineup here. Obviously no complaints from the Kings bench as they'll accept that decision. We'll drop the puck. Dukes have it. Looking to go back up top. Looking to set up here. Down low to the corner. They cycle it down behind the goal line. Looking out front. Penalized player gets ready to step back on the ice. Moves off Hartman. Thought he scored moments ago. Lex not to shoot. Hands it off and fresh out of the box there. Or taking the box, I should say, was Chisholm. And almost had a chance to pick that off. But the Kings do clear it out. So we're back to 5-on-5 now. Duke's trying to move it up the head. That's going to come all the way in. And oh, watch out. A quick whistle there from the official as Minnick thought he had it covered, but lucky he had the pad down in behind him as it squirted out the back side, but did squirt out and to the side, and the whistle went as the official loses sight of the puck. So Dukes, who thought they scored one on the power play, and then almost a chance there on the dump in. As Minnick regains his composure now, they line up for the draw. This one gets pushed to the corner. Try to go back up top. Kings can't clear, kept in. Dukes push it towards the goal, trying to walk in, but can't quite get the hold. Now here comes Chisholm. Chisholm for the Kings, inside the line. Looking out front, can't get that pass through. The Copa was crashing the goal. Picked off in the corner, the Dukes can't clear. Trying to go for the little bit of backhand, there was Grancelli that Hatton pushes aside. They had that as the official first shot on goal. 11 minutes here in the first period for the Kings. Shots now 11-1. Up on the board anyway. As Hartman is going to pull that one out and makes it a quick pass as he tries to send McLennan. He can't quite get free. Puck's pushed back inside the zone. Hatton plays it. They start to move it. That pass almost picked off as Lemoyne gets it and takes a shot from a sharp angle. Savuta put that down low. Kings again trying to hold it. Savuta trying to catch up to it. Duke's able to poke it out. Now we're going to get a race for it. That'll negate the icing as the Dukes player gets there first. Glover comes up and it goes cross ice and almost picked off as Langell almost stepped in. Now pass out front, doesn't quite connect. Hartman going to put that down deep. Weston takes a bump. He tries to force the puck. He looks to bull his way through. And they lose it along the boards. Now here's a chance here. That shot doesn't get through. Kings getting caught standing around looking at the puck. Dukes looking to take advantage. Little pass out front. Can't quite connect. Looked like he was going to shoot that one, but he tried to pass it through. Now from the side of the goal, trying to force it out. Picked off by Glover. Going to set it up. Now we're going to get a race for it as Cole's trying to get a step. Mason Cole tries to get through, and a good play there defensively to lift the stick. Now allow that one to go through. The backhand pass. That's now picked up by Godkin. Goes to the other side. Goes off the winger. Kings move it up through the neutral zone. Trying to put it inside the zone. Down deep in the far side now is Quinn McDonald. McDonald tries to get a little move, takes it in behind. Now he hands the puck off. Looking for some room to skate. And moving it up ahead with Altward. That's a little bit too far. Icing's waved off. With a hit from Amiro, but getting right back up with it and trying to pass it out front. Was Fisher, sorry. Here's the Duke still with it. Along the boards. Kings can't clear. Loose puck. Trying to find that as Godkin. He looks for a pass out front. And it's picked off. And the Kings trying to find some room to go for a skate now. Here's Thompson, Matthew Thompson, and over the line. He fires a shot. Hatton able to see that one, make the save, make sure there's no rebound. With 6:38 remaining first period, we get a face-off in the Duke zone. Both teams be back in action again tomorrow. The Dukes will be up in the valley, take on the Wildcats, and the Kings will be down in Tantallon, take on the Buccaneers. It'll be a great game. Of course, all games brought to you by High Button Sports, as the Duke's unable to clear that one, as Ben Fraser's going to put that deep. Getting there first is Quinn McDonald, as he forces it to the corner and bring it back the other way. Now is done. He gets it to McDonald. McDonald trying to spin away from the forecheck. Now the Dukes will move it up, trying to post one through, and the head McCormack sprinting through the middle, but couldn't quite get in the puck. Now the Dukes going to force it through on the far side now. Bringing that one in is done. He tries to bring it out front. That shot goes off the outside of the goal. And Minnick got taken down by his own player as him and Jackman collided. Now he's up and he had to find his stick there as well. The Duke trying to hold it at the blue line. McCormack. Pass out front now. Fraser trying to get loose. He can't quite use that long reach as Mehernhan is able to get back, but Fraser finds a loose puck. Fraser looks out front. Jackman! He can't pull the trigger. And then getting back with a hit there as Colin McCormack laid the shoulder on shoulder. And heads up, there's one for the fans. As that cross-ice pass of Sideruk able to get a stick on that. Heads up into the netting. Roughly 5:23 remaining here, first period. Face-off will stay outside the Kings zone. Just down below us now on the draw. Both teams looking for it. Comes inside the Kings zone. Picked up now by Romaine. Romaine going to hit the red line, dump it in deep. Watch that bouncing puck, and as Hatton had to be careful with that one. It almost came right out front. Now the Dukes looking to bring it out. Up through the middle now, hands it off. McLennan trying to get a step here on the short side. He tried to pass back, but back was lively, picked that pass off. He's quickly back the other way. He tries to pass over. Both these teams given no time and space for either side. The Dukes try to clear now. LeBlanc trying to hold it in. Now Lively from the boards. Chips it to the corner. He gets pinched off. Both teams trying to move it out. Kings come up with it. A pass off the boards back to Sideruk at the blue line, but pass out one way. He was going the other way. He's got to retreat back to his own zone to pick that up now. He goes off the boards, looking for LeBlanc. LeBlanc trying to get a step. He gets taken to the boards by English. Now English looking for a loose puck, but it's Romaine. Back to LeBlanc, who chips it inside the zone. Dukes will pick that off. Trying to find some room now is Henry. He moved to move over. Quick pass up, trying to get through, and they just stay on side. A little quick pass over, trying to go skate the stick, but couldn't quite bring it up there with Sam Dunn. Excuse me. Kings back in their own zone now. To the far side, bouncing puck. And didn't realize he was making a change. Maybe a chance here for Chisholm. He fires a shot. Hatton with the save. Rebound pops out front, but the Dukes able to force it to the corner. Now along the wall, trying to clear it out. Bouncing puck, stays in. Culp trying to find it. And is run into his own player there. Laying the boom was outward, but he laid it on Hartman. And the puck does finally come out, though. Both teams look for it. Dukes have it. Hartman, far side. Looking for some room now. Up to the middle. In behind the players, Langell. It goes off his stick. He couldn't quite pick up that hard pass, but he does chip it in and elevate the icing. And the Kings are trying to move it out. Dukes are making a change. That puck came outside the zone and then put right back in. Glover felt in the pressure there. Had to move that quickly. Now the Kings are looking to move it out. And getting pushed off the puck. as coming back on the back check with Blake Hartman. Now the Kings will try again. Cross pass. Looking for Savuda. Has to go off his stick. Dukes will pick it off inside the zone. Looking to move it out. Dukes again. They get it just outside the zone. They're going to get it back in again. They're having a hard time picking up a pass. This one's again picked off by Amiro. Hits the center line, dumps it in. Dukes again will look up ice. Look for some room here now. Trying to go for a skate down below us. Blake Hartman. He fires a shot in the short side. Minnick able to make the save. Kings go high off the glass. McDonald holds the line. Along the boards here now. There's a spin and turn that's picked off by Amiro. Amiro again, high off the glass. This one is going to come outside the line. Picked up by Cole. Cole goes cross ice with it. Trying to connect it with Savuta. Has to go off the skate now. Cole again fires it. The bouncing puck. Both teams look for it. And the Dukes do clear to the wall at least. They'll try again to clear the zone here now. And this one does come outside. Quick pass cross ice. Amiro trying to find it. Trying to chip it inside the zone. Dukes get a stick on it. Savuta holds the line, but gives it right back. And the Eastern Dukes gets a stick on it. This one's not going to make it far enough for icing as Cole is covering for his D-man, who does clear the line, but then a loose puck. Come get out. Lemoyne looking for a change, going to chip that one in. McDonald goes to the far side. He takes a bump. Dukes will look up ice. Well, off the bench here was Thompson almost picking that pass off. Now Garnier, little backhand, far side. And be careful there as Fraser couldn't touch that puck. It might have been too many players. Now the Dukes looking to take advantage. In behind the goal, looking out front. That pass is picked off. Now here comes Thompson. Thompson. It's got Jackman with them. Thompson here, short side, trying to cut to the middle. Thompson still with it. Fires one. Rebound. And there's Hatton. As Fraser's looking to the sky, he can't believe he didn't get much on that, but either way, sliding over Hatton with the pad, doing the splits, keeping that puck out, keeping this a one-goal hockey game. As Thompson with the first shot saves, made rebound, and Fraser thought he had an empty net, and Hatton says no. Just over a minute to go here now. First period. Kings coming that close, thought they tied it. Faceoff stays inside the zone. Dukes going to get that draw, goes to the opposite side with it. Quick look. Want to go up to the middle and goes to the open boards. Picked off now by Romaine. Cade Romaine, he moves it over. Thompson, one little move. Thompson, another one. Saves made again. Rebound. And Hatton didn't know where it was for a moment as Thompson tried to go 5-hole, but was able to keep it on. Now that bouncing puck again almost pounces over front as Hatton. Didn't see much action there for the first 3 quarters of this game, but seeing some now towards the end of the first and doing everything he can to keep that puck out. 30 seconds remaining here now. Dukes would love to get another on the board here before the intermission where the Kings coming so close. They're back the other way, partial numbers, trying to find some room, trying to come through the middle. Puck loose. It gets popped to the far side. Now maybe the Kings, they got to move quick because they'd love to obviously tie this up before the break as they dump it in. Down in the forecheck, Romaine trying to find a loose puck, picked up now by Henry. He just wants to clear it out. Gets as far as the line, not out. Time ticking down. Maybe a chance for one last shot. Far side. And at the horn, as there's not a loud horn, but the horn does go. 1-0 after 20 minute shots, 13-8. Dukes lead. We'll take a quick break here. Watch the Zamboni go around for about 10 to 12 minutes. And I'll come back, which should be an exciting second. See you right in a few. And welcome back, everyone. Second period action just getting ready to get on their way. Mike Elliott back here, High Button Sports. We got a 1-0 hockey game. Shots 13-8, all in favor of the Eastern Dukes, who, of course, starting the new year on the road. Today versus the Kings, tomorrow versus the Valley. Looking for a successful start of 2026. As, of course, we got a tight race here in the standings as well. The Kings sitting sixth with a couple of games in hand with 11-4-3 record. Duke sitting second with a 15-4-2 record. All these games coming a little tighter and tighter. Of course, the Ice Jam coming up next weekend. All these teams will be here, and some other teams as well. And of course, High Button will be there to bring you all the action. And we're in all the rinks. A lot of the U16 I know is going to be out at East Hants up at the Igloo. Of course, Saturday, Sunday, everything being at the Greenfoot Center in Bedford. And I think female has been added this year, so up in Truro, so lots of hockey for U15, U16, U18, plus the female U18, which is going to be a great time. Always fun to be a part of. We'll switch ends. Of course, the Dukes had a goal called off there in that first period. Thought they scored one on the power play, but the net was knocked off. So here we are, bring it to center ice. First one was a fun one with the Kings making a little push there towards the end of that first period, but Hatton doing his job for the Dukes. And we'll drop the puck and get this thing going for the second. Right at the beginning of the second, there's a chance for Thompson, but that hits a shin pad in front. Doesn't make its way through. Now they push it in behind. Kings again. Jackman trying to come off the half wall with it. Now the Dukes kind of spin and turn. Can't clear. That's going to be gloved down. Walking in, firing one. The save's made. And Thompson almost had a chance there as Hatton made the first save. And the rebound almost popped in the Kings' stick. But Dukes do clear it down. Now here's Weston. Weston trying to go cross ice. Frazier chips over the head looking for Thompson, who was sitting up at the opposing team's blue line. But the Dukes pick it off. They try to bring it in now. They stop up. Far side little drop pass. Hand it off to Dunn, who can't get it through. And the Kings will clear it out. Now down below us. But going to be offside as a little extra move at the blue line. And we'll get a quick whistle as we're almost a minute gone here in the second period. Of course, we don't have, well, we usually have Mr. Wade Wild, who usually does all the home games for the Kings on the announcing. So it's a little hard to hear the announcer here this afternoon. Wade at the Sackville Arena. There's a big tournament being held there in downtown Sackville. And he's calling the play as this puck's going to go all the way down the length of the ice, but it comes down in Hatton, so icing's called off, of course, as he had to play it as he couldn't bring on top of him. Now the Dukes will look to bring it out. Aldward along the boards, and Amiro almost kept it in. Now a chance the other way, partial 2-on-1. Dukes inside the zone, looking out for it, gets a pass over, but didn't quite get all of it that he wanted. As back on D, and he got enough of them was Camden Chisholm, and he couldn't quite get the shot that he wanted off. Either way, Minnick able to slide over, make the save, cover it up. Minute and a half gone now here in the second. This face-off controlled by the Dukes at the blue line. They're going to put that down deep in behind, looking out front. There's the pass, cuts through the other side, and somehow, how does that stay out as Minnick had to hold on to his post as the first pass going through, and then a shot from the opposite side. That Minnick again gets a pad on and makes a big save. Now a battle in behind. Dukes looking to push it around. Gavin Hartman, he scored the goal back in the first period. He tries to force it. Kings Lemoyne trying to force it out now. Dukes again whiffs on the pass going over as Slavucha going to put that to the opposite corner. Now Sidoruk tries to go along the boards. And there's the Dukes again. Put it down deep. Nash Langell tries to come out front. Another bouncing puck. This time the Kings do move it out. See if this one makes it far enough for icing or not. It's on edge and rolling all the way down as the Dukes get there first. Icing will be called. Kings beyond under change. Duke's going to get fresh legs out there just with all kinds of pressure moments ago. looking to capitalize on this icing call now. And they get the draw. Back down deep. In behind the net. Looking out front. There's a chance, and that one just misses wide. The quick one time as throwing that one towards the net was Godkin. Now Bowring holds the line. Godkin fans on the shot pass attempt. Comes outside the line. Dukes put it right back in. Kings still can't change. They're trying to move it to the far side. Little kick pass up to Lemoyne. He's going to hit the blue line, chip it in. Kings will make some changes now as the puck gets put in deep. Now they have behind the net. Pass picked off by Cohen Godkin. Tries moving a big check there, and the referee's arms up. As Bowring, I believe, laid the shoulder down on Lively. But I think he might get called for boarding. Referee's having a little quick chat here about it. But number 11, Jackson Bowring, heading to the box. Kings going to get their first power play of the game. And boarding will be the call, so 2 minutes up on the clock. Dukes thought they scored the power play back in the first period, but had a goal called off. Now the Kings will have their first power play opportunity. 3:07 gone. Second period. Faceoff comes to the corner. Picked up by and hammered out by the Dukes. They'll send that down the length of the ice. Minnick going to play that to the corner now. Amiro going to hand it off to Weston. Jaden Weston going to look up ice now. Quick little pass here to Jackman. Jordan Jackman trying to bring his way through. He can't get by the Dukes player. Thompson there to help put it back in deep. Frazier gives chase to the far side. Frazier trying to find it in his feet. Shifted to the boards. Ben Frazier has Murnaghan all over him. Frazier's leaning on the board. Somehow makes that pass out front. Duke's going to fire around the corner. And that's going to come out. Weston's going to pick up here at center. Weston, quick cross ice pass. Frazier going to dump it in deep. Kings had to get onside. Now Jackman gives chase. Hand it back here to Weston. Weston looking for some room. He gets taken to the boards. Puts it deep now for Thompson. Back to Weston. Jackman now at the blue line. He's going to hand that to Weston, but that's going to come outside the line. They're going to have to reset. 50 seconds to go here in the power play. Jackman all the way back in his own zone to regroup. He looks up ice. Trying to find an opening. He's going to go for a skate now. So he brings it up over the blue line. Drop pass. Thompson. He tries to go back to Weston, and again, another maybe miscommunication as that puck comes out. Dukes will looking to take advantage. 30 seconds now. This time Amiro, he gets a pass back. He takes a shot on the far side. Hatton able to make the save. Rebounds picked up. And Duke's going to clear that all the way down the length of the ice. 20 seconds to go near power play. Kings have to move quick. They want to take advantage from behind their goal now. Far side, LeBlanc going for a skate here. Charlie LeBlanc put the brakes on, hands it over. Corkum looking for some room. Fires one again. A paddle on that was Hatton. As the penalized player steps out of the box and right in the box and waiting for the puck. Now with a partial break far side. Walking in, and there's Minnick to make a huge save as Cash Fisher thought he had a chance there as the penalty had just expired. Now here comes the Kings quickly back the other way. Look for a pass out front. Neufeld, he takes a bump. Loose puck picked up by the Dukes. They clear it out. 2-on-2 shaping up the other way. Godkin, he keeps it on side. He fires one towards the goal. That's going to be deflected as he takes a bump. They get up and have a little conversation now as Romaine didn't like that little reverse hit on him as the puck's deflected up to the netting end of play. Doesn't look like anything come from that. 5:38 gone, second period, 1-0 hockey game. Faceoff will stay in the Duke zone. This faceoff, straight back to the corner. Duke's now having it on the wall. Back to the blue line. Quick shot, rebound. As that deflected, and the rebound comes to the corner. As getting a stick on that, I believe was Langell. Either way, puck stays out. Puck now to the opposite corner. Kings trying to clear. Duke's quickly on that one. Looking to hold the zone here. Does pop out. They'll have to get onside. Grancelli now moves it over. Gonna get it back. Now the Dukes down there on the forecheck as Weston has to regroup. He's got to lose the handle, but get some help from Glover, who's trying to spin away from a couple of Dukes players. Now Cope on the boards for Grancelli. Cope trying to get it back. Looking to pull up on the one hand. Gets it outside the line. But right there to put it back in is done. As he reverses it now. McCormack going to put it in deep. Now from the corner. Grancelli gets his stick taken totally out of his hand. Probably a brand new one for Christmas. Goes flying up in the air. The all white on white. Now the Dukes will look to bring it up. Far side. As here the Kings, Chisholm. He fires the shot in Hatton. Cuts the angle down, sees it, makes sure there's no rebound. Looks like Chisholm might be trying to go for the old pad pass out front. But Hatton not fooled. Holds on, forces the draw now in the Duke zone. Shots 18-12 in favor of the Dukes. Is going a little bit both ways here in the second. Face off, back to the blue line. Romaine gets it. He puts it down low. That goes through the legs of Cole. And the Dukes will try to bring it out. Cole over there using that long reach. Got to force him back deep again. Dukes will have to try. This time they do get outside the zone. As Dunn unable to handle that pass. Kings go cross ice. A little touch up. Up through the middle now. Slavuta. He tries to get over the line. He loses the handle. Sidoruk. Got to go back here to Romaine. Romaine after Cole chips it inside the line. Taking it back inside is Bowring. He goes to the far corner with it. Cole got knocked down there, look for a loose puck. Now the Dukes will skate up. Sam Dunn now. Trying a little chip and chase. And he almost had the Kings player all tripped up there as he brings the puck inside the line. Now the Kings will let it clear again. Lemoyne trying to bring the puck with them. Little backhand chip in the air to knock that down deep. And the Dukes will try to clear it out. Forced back again. A lot of loose pucks both ways getting forced. Here's Dunn again. Keeping the backhand is a little bit too far. Romaine quickly over to Sidoruk. Looks for Slavuta, who puts it down deep. Frazier for the Kings get there first. There for Thompson. Back to Frazier. He's going to lose the handle. Duke's trying to clear it out. It does come outside the line. They're still offside as didn't quite get over the line. And here are the Dukes as they bring it out. Picked up now by Hartman. Hartman, he fires a shot towards the goal. Amiro kind of blocked that. Now it's picked up by Frazier. Ben Frazier for the Kings, going to bring it over the line. Tries to cut wide, short on the far side. Takes it all the way around the goal. Trying to use that long reach. He gets pitches off the puck. The Dukes are to look to clear it out. Up through the middle. Little backhand pass far side. Inside the line now, Nash Langell. He gets checked off the puck. The Kings trying to move it quickly. Corkum looking for Frazier. Frazier gets it inside the line. He loses the handle. Back the other way. 2-on-1 shaping up. Gavin Hartman. Backhand pass. A little bit too far behind Langell. Tried to give it back to him. Now it comes out front. And they score! Trying to keep up with the play with the puck. Kind of a broken play. Shot on goal. Rebounds there. And then look, I believe putting it home with number 9, Nash Langell. Either way, Dukes don't care who it is. Just that they've doubled their lead as they approach the halfway mark here in the second period. It's 2-0. I'll wait for the official goal announcement, of course. From a 10:32. Second period remaining. Dukes get another one. Making it 2-0, and they're looking for more as they bring the puck inside the line. Here's the goal announcement. So it was Langell. Nash Langell assisted by Blake Hartman and I believe Gavin Hartman. Either way, 2-0 Dukes now. Listen to the crowd there. Something going on the far side behind me. Watch it behind. Either way, Kings looking to get on the board here. Little draw pass to Lively. Lively trying to dance his way with the puck. He gets taken to the boards. Now the Dukes have looked to clear. Off the boards, up through the middle. Back the other way. Both teams looking for it. Lively going to chip it in for the Kings. Dukes looking for some time and space here as they bring the puck up down below us. And it's Henry. William Henry puts it down deep. Garnier trying to find a loose puck. Kings have it. Going to flick a high one up through the middle now. Look for a bounce. Picked up by Chisholm. Chisholm trying to find some room. Chisholm here on the short side trying to give it back as he takes a bump. But that's picked up by Fisher, and unable to drag the foot quite long enough was Garnier. As a little extra move at the blue line, going to put his teammate offside. 9:11 remaining second period, 2-0 hockey game. As Duke scored one in the first, and just scored moments ago here in the second to make it 2-0. Now the Kings with a draw. Going to overskate the puck at center, though. Quickly back the other way is Godking, who chips it in. Kings going to chip it right back out. Bowring going to knock it down, but got to wait for his teammates to get back on side as he puts it down deep. Kings looking up ice. Go off the boards. Then quickly cross ice. Nobody there as Fisher going to put it right back down deep again. Behind their own net. Pass here to Grancelli. Looks up through the middle. Two pass for the intended target as McDonald again puts it down deep. Good things happen when you get pucks deep. And now so far, great things have been happening here for the Dukes. They wait for everybody to get back on side, but didn't quite wait long enough as the whistle goes. And we'll get another offside call. Face-off will come over by the Dukes bench. Again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in here this afternoon. I believe it's Saturdays. We kind of lose track of what days it are here over the Christmas break. And I try to get my voice back and get back in tune here. Back behind the camera on the call. Here for some great U16 AAA action. And here's a chance for the Dukes. Hit a quick shot and firing that one on goal. And it gets behind. As firing that one was Campbell Dunn. But coming to his goaltender's aid was the Kings defender. As Mendick thought he had it, but trickled in behind him, but stays in the blue paint and stays out as they clear the crease. Now the Dukes put it right back in deep. And Kings trying to clear, but unable to do so far. As Bowring going to hold the line. This time the Kings will pick it up. And there's Mason Cole trying to get free. Cole trying to get by the defender. Couldn't quite get it from skate to stick. And back quickly again. Here comes Campbell Dunn. He's here on the short side. He's got a fire on this time, Minnick. Does get it in the old bread basket as the Dukes go crash in the goal, but no rebound to be had. 7:35 to go here, second period. We'll get a face-off in the Kings zone. This draw controlled by the Dukes. They put it down deep to the opposite corner now. Both teams give chase. As English trying to find it. He cycles it back down low. Looking for Sam Dunn. Now the opposite corner, Kings Thompson. He tries to backhand one out. Gets some help from Jackman who picks it off. He's going to hand it over now to Frazier. Frazier almost got a step there in that quick pass. But a good active stick there from the Dukes D to knock that. And now they'll look to clear the zone. As Amiro, though, trying to hold the zone. He takes a bump. Second attempt does get out. Headman pass doesn't quite connect. Icing's waved off. Corkum going to reverse to the far side now for Ben Frazier. He's going to backhand one out. Heads up on the bench. Is that what he's going to go out of play? Face-off will stay in the Kings zone. Of course, we want to give a shout-out to our Canadian juniors with a big win last night, making it to the semifinals. And the Americans losing in a little bit of a shocker in overtime. Can't wait to watch the semifinals of those games coming up, of course. And we get a crowd going, getting into this one with a cheer. Of course, we're right up in the middle of the two fans' base here at the John Paris Junior rink. Duke's going to hold that line. Put it down deep in the corner. Trying to pop the puck loose. In behind Both teams give chase. Now Neufeld for the Kings, and in behind, I believe the net's going to be knocked off as the whistle goes. And look to the far side of the Kings goaltender, and they will put it back in place. 6:15 to go now, second period. Shots now 22-12 as the Kings have some chances towards the end of the first and start the second strong, but the Dukes able to hold on and then getting back another goal. It's taking a long time to get this net put back on. Now they finally drop the puck, and they're going to come to the corner. Kings going to give Case in behind. Now to the opposite corner as LeBlanc. He's going to skate out. He's going to hit the red line. Got a Dukes player all on top of him, trying to find some room. Goes deep to the corner as the 219s bump in behind the goal. Loose puck. Kings on the backhand. Neufeld going to lose the handle. Dukes pass a little bit too far behind the intended target, trying to chip one up ahead. Does find it, trying to find some room and looking out front. Couldn't quite get that pass over as Blake Hartman tried to find an opening. But now it's Gavin Hartman. He tries to find some room. He takes it around, hands it back up top. Aldward, he looks for a shot, traffic in front of him. Rebounds down, loose, still trying to find it. As Minnick down and somehow, with a yard sale there in the crease, stays out as both players from both teams get knocked down, and Minnick all sprawled out, able to somehow keep that puck underneath him as the Dukes coming that close to adding to their lead. About 5.5 to go here in the second. Nothing will come from that little scrum. Face-off will stay inside the zone. On the draw. Going to be kept in. The Dukes put it in behind. Looking to come out front, but they couldn't quite connect with the pass. And it was sent down by his own teammate, so no icing. As both teams give chase now. Puck does pop out. As Culp trying to find a bouncy puck. Takes a Dukes bounce, and they're going to look to clear. Up to the middle. Trying to find some room at the blue line now. Fisher trying to bring the puck inside the line. He gets stopped up by Weston, who spins away from an attacker. Looks cross ice. Pass a little bit too far behind Chisholm, and that's going to go the length of the ice, and icing will be the call. 4:56 remaining second period. Icing faceoff will bring it back to the King zone. Official tries to get them all lined up for the draw. King's going to get this one. Romaine takes him behind here for Weston. Weston going to give it back to Romaine. As Cave Romaine looks up ice, going to flick one up through the middle, bouncing puck. As she tried to connect there with Chisholm, he had to go off his shin pad. Now the Dukes will have to bring it out quickly up through the middle now. Godkin, he hands it off. Shot there on Minnick. He's going to paddle that one aside. But it's up to the netting, out of play, another face-off in the Kings zone. Not a bad crowd this afternoon at this beautiful facility up here in Windsor. A lot of Dukes making the trip from the island for the weekend. Here's the Kings now, quickly back the other way. Here's a quick backhand from Cole. Like, misses on the short side. Puck kept back in deep in the corner. Cole trying to come out front with it. That goes off the stick. Dukes will look to start to break out now. Quick touch off the wall and up to the middle. Partial 2-on-1 shaping up here. Short side looking out front. And again, there's Minnick. You can see him reaching behind him. Didn't realize he had it. As he kind of faked the pass, took the shot, and almost snuck it underneath the arm of Minnick there, underneath the blocker. But he's able to squeeze it just enough to hold on and keep it out. Forcing the face-off here in the Kings zone. We approach 4 minutes remaining now here in the second. Duke's going to go straight ahead with that one. Taking him behind, going to bounce past one off the boards at the blue line. Down deep. Picked up by Arsenal. Arsenal tries to go, and there's a quick one-time, and it's in the back of the net. Nice little pass out front. And a better shot. And putting that one home, making it 3-0 is Campbell Dunn. as the Dukes are flying around in the offensive zone, and they get their second of the period with just under 4 to go. 3-0 now. We'll wait for the official goal announcement. We bring it back to center. Kings now find themselves in a hole as this period starting to tweak down away. Icing's going to be waved off. They're going to say they touched it there at center. It was a close one. Of course, we're up here in the booth. Officials are down there. We try to stay as impartial as possible. It was noon. I'm trying to listen to the assist markers either way. I'll have a quick look during the intermission as the Kings look to clear. Does just get outside the line. Dukes put it right back in deep. They tag up on the offside. Kings will try the opposite side. But chipping in from the blue line now is Green. He puts it down deep, hands it off to Sam Dunn. He tries to spin away from a defender. In behind the goal. Kings pick it up. Thompson trying to head man that pass a little bit too far. Not far enough for icing as the Dukes will pick it up in their own zone. Taking it behind their own net. Quickly all on the boards now. Dunn just steps out of the way of the check as Frazier was looking to lay the shoulder. Dukes now again inside their own zone. Going to go back behind the net. And as a chance, almost pissed off by Jackman as it hit him up in the body and almost came out front with it. Either way, Duke's able to clear. Far side with it. Sam Dunn. He still has it in behind. He goes corner to corner. He gets taken to the boards. Now the Kings will look to clear. They clear it to center, but Green's there to pick it up, put it right back down deep. Midnick goes to play it. Leaves it. They got a player in behind. It's Frazier. Somehow fires it behind the D. He steps up, fires a shot, and then he gets his own rebound, but can't put it home. As the Kings making a change here. Almost a little bit of confusion, but they do keep it inside the zone. Looking to set up as Amiro, trying to get away from a defender. He gets taken down. Play continues. Now LeBlanc trying to find a loose puck. Can't get it from Murneham. And the Duke's trying to send it all the way down. And icing will be the call. Kings coming close to getting their first on the board, but Hatton with another big save. As he hasn't seen some action in a little while. It's been mostly down in the Kings zone as Frazier found himself behind the D, got that long stretch pass, and he has that heavy shot, but Hatton came way out to cut down the angle, made the save, and rebound was put high and wide. As this faceoff goes from corner to corner. As Green now going to get some help from Murneham. He tries to spin away from a forecheck. Going to give it back to Green. And they do get outside the zone. Weston takes it all the way back. He's looking for some real estate now to bring the puck up ice down below us. He avoids a check as he puts the puck inside the line. Down to Neufeld. He tries to come out front with it. You hear some fans and maybe a coach or two looking for a call. The referees letting a lot go here on both sides this afternoon as the Dukes put it in deep. In behind Glover. Trying to move the puck. Minute to go here, second period. Weston going to go for a little skate now. He gets poke check at the middle. Hartman's going to pick it up. Blake Hartman. He tries to find some room. He tries to reach, and Weston just gets back in time as Hartman almost found himself in alone. Looking at the bench here, see if they're going to stay on side or not. They do. Play continues. Picked up by Weston again at center. Still trying to find a loose puck, but it's going to be picked up now by Gavin Hartman. He's on the far side. And Glover just gets a stick on that to knock the puck loose. 25 seconds to go here in the period. Weston looking pretty tired out there right now. He's been out there for a while. Takes it to the corner. King trying to hold on now. But the Duke's too free at the blue line. The quick shot, that doesn't quite make it through to hit the skate. 7 seconds up on the clock. The shot from the sharp angle. Where's the puck? We have a quick look, and the referee's here to wave it off. As Minnick thought he had it, and you can see it right sitting on the goal line. I don't know if they would have poked that out or not. But with 3 seconds up on the clock, referee waves it off, having a quick chat with the officials. Well, maybe they're checking to see if the net's on. having issues with that net here in this period. So 3 seconds. Dukes will push everything towards the goal here. If the Kings want to hold on and only be down by 3 before the end of the period. You're taking your time trying to put this net put on, but 3 seconds, I'm pretty sure you can just get it close enough to be all right. As we get ready to drop, you see the Dukes lining everything up off that draw. Try to go forward with it, and they do, but that comes in behind Romain. Kind of hold on to it, and again, hard to hear the horn here. That's the only thing that the rink might need to work on. As everybody coming together now after the whistle, and some punches being thrown here, or maybe a little wrestling at least. The referees got their hands full. As Hatton down below us, the goalie's trying to get out of there. Helmet's been ripped off as Romain, you know, he likes the physical stuff. He's going to be escorted off, as well as the Dukes player. I believe it's Godkin. 6 still left, everything in the corner. Interesting way to end the second. That will do it for us here after 40 minutes of play. Referees going to have a conversation. We'll see if anybody's going to be on the power play here. I'm going to take a short break, try to get my voice back. Obviously, the Christmas break has not done much for that for me. 27-13 and 3-0 our score after 2 periods, all in favor of the Dukes. We'll be back in about 10 to 12 minutes. So everybody, should be an exciting third period. And we hear the music. We are back. Third period action. Just get ready to get on their way. Trying to get a little bit of the information during the break there. What happened at the end of the second period. Of course, the Dukes lead 3-0 shots, 27-13 after 40 minutes of play. So down the corner. Doesn't look like any power plays coming out of it. They have a quick look. Cohen Godkin got roughing after whistle, 2 minutes. And Jacob Amiro for the Kings got 2 minutes roughing after the whistle. And Cade Romaine got 4-minute head contact as well as a 10-minute unsportsmanlike misconduct. But William Henry also got 4-minute head contact. So the only thing really with that one is that the Kings will be without Romaine for more or less 14 minutes. Time everything's all said and done, probably a little more, but no power plays for either team. But the Dukes do lead here by 3. So we'll see if the fun stuff will continue here in the third, as the Kings will try to mount a comeback. Of course, Dukes want to win here today and then have a successful weekend, bring home another W tomorrow, as then they have to come back for the Ice Jam, which is next weekend. So always a fun schedule for the away teams from New Brunswick, Cape Breton, and PEI sometimes, the way it all works out. As both teams finally work their way back on the ice here now. Referees still having that conversation, as it took a little while during the break as well. But now we look like we're going to be ready to go. So 5-on-5, third period, 3-0 Dukes. Referee blows the whistle. We'll get ready to drop the puck. The players banging their sticks on the boards. They're ready for the third. Referee's not quite ready, as he doesn't like how they're all lined up there. So we'll try that again. Here we go, third period. And the Dukes with the puck inside their own line. Duke get it out as Garnier gives chase, as Weston going to get back there first in his own zone. Weston had a quick look up, and he saw Cash Fisher waiting for him as he's going to bring the puck out. Kings will try again from behind their own net. And reverse it to the far corner. Jackman trying to sidestep a check. He goes along the boards. There's the Dukes right there to hold it in. Forced to the corner now. Fisher hands it off in behind the goal. And their backhand pass, trying to go front with it. That pass is picked off by Slavuta, who will look up ice. Trying to go for Jackman, a little bit too far for him, but kept him by Weston. Weston, he fires a shot, and down is Hatton, and able to make that save. Everybody paused for a quick moment as the Kings need to get something happening in a hurry. Having a hard time so far. Hard to get anything by Hatton, as he's able to hold on to that with his right pad and keep it underneath and force the face-off inside his own zone. On the draw now. So he picked up by the Kings. Cole trying to go back to the blue line, and that one's going to be deflected. So we'll redo that draw again down low as the puck's deflected in the bench of the Eastern Dukes. We line up in the draw now there with English and LeBlanc. Dukes able to force it to the opposite corner. They try to move it out. It's in the skates now of English. He's able to get up to Dunn. Dunn trying to find a step here on the inside. He gets forced to the boards. Down low. Picked off by LeBlanc, trying to skate around a few Dukes players. If they can't get outside the line, they keep it in. Trying to walk in. There's a shot, but it can be deflected off his stick as Corcoran gets a piece of that. Now LeBlanc again. Going to lose the handle. Trying to walk out front with it. They're going to go up in the air. I'm not sure if it was touched with the high stick or the net was knocked off. Either way, the whistle's going to go as the Dukes with a couple chances there. And I should mention as well, that I didn't notice that we have a goalie change. As number 31 now, Joseph Saunders, is between the pipes for the Kings. As nobody gave me a heads up on that one. I got to pay a little better attention. And here's the face-off. That gets picked up. Now Lively trying to get a step. He can't get by the two defenders as he tried to split the D. As Bowring reverses the corners. He takes a hit as he moves the puck along the boards. Kings trying to hold it in. Thompson. Bowring will give chase again in behind. Gotta try the opposite side now as the Duke's trying to move it up ice. McLennan makes a line, makes a move at the line and they stay onside. Can't get the shot through. Puck's forced to the corner. Lemoyne will try the opposite way now. Weston trying to flick it up off the boards. Albert going to hold the line, put it right back down deep. English, he tries to pass out front. Weston picks that off. Moves up now to Thompson. Going to join the rush, gets it back. Weston over the blue line. They stay onside. To Thompson. He fires a shot, scores! C&I shot back underneath the bar. Kings get on the board. 2.5 gone here. Third period, 3-1 hockey game. Matthew Thompson goes far side. Gives the Kings a little bit of life here now early in the third. Wait for the official goal announcement. Either way, Kings finally able to get one by Hatton. They bring it back to center, dropped in. Duke's trying to put it right down deep. Both teams fish for it. Comes in behind. Duke's look for another pass. That was picked off. Now Jackman looks to bring it out. Moves up to Culp. So Weston going to get the assist marker there on Thompson's goal. As the Kings trying to hold in, trying to walk in. Culp fires a shot. That misses as it hit the leg goes to the far side. Now the Dukes look to bring it out. Going to hit the center line, dumping in right on top of Saunders. He's going to get his first puck touch. He's going to hold on and make sure there's no rebound. Force the face-off inside his own zone. Face-off will come to the far side now. The lineup on the draw. King's going to go right ahead with it. Savuta moved over to Grancelli, who dumps it in deep. Now quickly the other way. Here comes the Dukes, trying to get a step on that far side. Puts his brakes on, moves up to the middle, trying to get over. Had to go off his stick there a little bit. And he tried to reach ahead, but couldn't quite make anything happen with that. Now up front, and somehow, with Saunders down, as both teams whack away a loose puck, Saunders able to hold on to it in the blue paint. As the Dukes would love to get that goal back that the Kings scored moments ago. Face-off now going to come to the right of Saunders. On the draw. Trying to find some room now. Looking to go for a skate now. It's Cole. Mason Cole makes a move. He's on the short side. He fires a shot, but good defensive play there by Albert to knock that wide. And now the Dukes will bring it up quickly on the far side in front of the Kings bench. Gets taken to the boards. Hands it down to the corner. Takes it all the way in behind. Trying to find an opening. Finally gets it to Langell. He fires a shot. Able to make the save is Saunders. Rebounds picked up by the Dukes in the corner. Back to the blue line. Albert, he fires a shot. That goes off a leg to the far side now. Dukes staying hard on this puck. Forces to Corkum, who looks up through the middle. Couldn't quite connect for the pass, but it goes off the Duke stick down to his own zone, so no icing. They'll start to move the puck up. Trying to move it out. It's in the feet of Hartman. Couldn't quite catch up to it. Icing's waved off. Langell trying to find it on the boards. Picked up by Cole. Leaves it for Lemoyne. Quickly up to Frazier. Frazier trying to get a step here on the short side. He gets taken to the corner. Backhand pass over front. Doesn't quite get it through. Almost got it right back to him, though. Now the Dukes trying to move it out. In behind their own net. They'll try the opposite side now. Looking up through the middle. Sees Langell at center. Couldn't quite handle that pass. Quickly back the other way. Lively. Lively over to Frazier. Frazier going to rope one up and fires one. And a good shot there by Hatton, who gets a pad on that to keep that out. Now the Dukes, partial 2-on-1 shaping up here. Langell over the blue line. Langell walks in. He's going to like to shoot. And Saunders gets at it with a piece of the shoulder. Knocks that up over the goal. Now a quick pass out front. That's going to be picked off by Weston. Now up to Thompson. Thompson scored moments ago. It gets taken down. And a good defensive play to knock that puck loose. Now here comes Fisher for the Dukes. Quickly back the other way. Fisher, he's got a fire shot. He fires that one high and wide. As we're just going end to end here as it's back up to center. Dukes lose the handle. Picked up now by Lively. Lively trying to find some room to bring it inside the line. He bumps his player. Picks up a loose puck. Hands it to Thompson. Thompson tries again this one. I believe it was deflected off the defender's stick or either way off the outside of the goal. Kings keep it in though. Thompson again. He scored the goal here moments ago for the Kings. Would love to get another one, but the Duke's able to take it off his stick and knock it outside the line. Glover for the Kings put it right back in deep. Picked up now by Green. Green hard off the boards. Going to clear the zone. Glover back at his own blue line. Alexander Glover up off the boards. That's going to be chipped off. Culp trying to get a step as he gets in behind Murnahan. Now from the corner. Dukes can't clear. Chisholm trying to hold that line. Glover trying to help him. Dukes will try again. It's in the skates. They do get it to the far side. Trying to look there for Garnier. Garnier trying to get a step. But just get a stick on that, enough to knock it loose with Glover. But the Dukes do keep it in. There's a pass out front. Backhand and scores. What a beauty. Finds himself all alone. Goes to the backhand. Gets it up over the pad under the blocker of Saunders. Dukes regain their 3-goal lead. And I believe it's going to be number 10, Sam Dunn. 13-21 up on the clock. Remaining here, third period. The Kings are coming close, putting the pressure on. Dukes hold on. They come down the other end, find a player all by himself in front of the goal. He makes no mistake, fakes forehand, goes backhand, and is able to put it in the back of the net. Wait for the official goal announcement, of course, as the puck comes in deep in the Duke zone. Trying to sidestep a check. Puck up in at the blue line now. Corkum puts it back down deep. In behind. Pushed to the far corner by Henry. Have to try the opposite corner now. The Kings with the pressure inside the offensive zone. Trying to get that goal back. The Dukes just scored. Trying to get back in this hockey game. McLennan now tries to force his way to the front. Sidoruk picks that off. He's going to send it all the way down the length of the ice. That's going to land right on Hatton, so no icing. He's going to hand it off to Henry. Henry hard off the board. Took the funny bounce. Comes right back to him and was open there for a moment in the slot area. Dukes, after it had to go off his skate, do hit center. They dump it in deep. Give chase. Sidoruk trying to get there first for the Kings. Now Corkum. Corkum looking forward in his skates in behind the goal. Should mention as well, most of the penalties are all over now in the box, except for that one with a 10-minute misconduct to Romaine is still the lone player sitting in the box. Now trying to come out from it with a backhand, but couldn't quite get on goal was McLennan. And now a clearing attempt is going to go up into the net and out of play. 8 minutes pretty well gone here. Third period shots now 29-16. As the cheering crowd here for the Dukes with a little chant going on beside me here. On the draw now. Kings trying to go straight ahead with it. Cole, he's going to get pushed off the puck. And the Duke's looking to bring it right back in to get as far as the line. Can't make anything happen as the Kings stop that. And also the second attempt. Now quick pass in behind the play. But the whistle's going to go. Offside will be the call as Frazier tried to get in behind the D with that quick pass up. But gets caught on the wrong side of the blue line. We'll bring it back to the far dot now where the pass originated from. As time ticking down here in the third. On the draw now. Kings back in their own zone. And that puck's going to come a little close to Saunders as he looks up, sees a dark jersey. He elects to hold on, force the faceoff now inside the zone. This faceoff will come to the right of the Kings goaltender. Try to get them lined up for the draw, and they drop the puck. Trying to come straight ahead with it is Weston right off that draw. Weston with it now. Weston looking for some room to move. He gets a little drop pass, and then a pass out front as Frazier tried to find Cole in front of the goal. Pass a little bit too far behind him, and the Dukes will come out cross ice. They hit the red line, dumping inside the line. Neufeld, he gets taken to the corner. Weston there to help. He gets pushed as well as the puck comes loose, and here's the Dukes with it. Trying to come off the corner with it, but a bouncy puck not kept in at the line. Dukes here at center. That pass picked off here by Weston. Weston looks up ice. He gets forced back. Now Amiro. Jacob Amiro going to hammer from the corner. Looking for Cole now along the boards. He goes up and high off the boards. Bouncing puck comes into Duke zone. McDonald. He goes hard off the boards. He's going to come out and hammering that one in as Cole. But it's a high riser and way up into the netting on a play. We'll force that face off outside the line. 11-13 gone here now, third period. Or I should say 9-13 as I work on my math here, just ringing the new year. To the far side, Dukes. Look to bring it up. Go cross ice with it, McDonald. Just outside the blue line, little chip and chase as he puts it in. Almost comes right back out front. The Kings will force it to the corner. Look to bring it out, they chip it out. Dukes there to put it right back in. They tag up on the offside. Kings will look up ice. Off the boards. Doesn't quite connect with his intended target. Dukes will send it back the other way. LeBlanc brings it back in his own zone. He looks up ice. He fans on that attempt. Now Amiro will get it outside the zone. It was brought back in by the Kings, so it wouldn't have been offside. And it has to be careful here as a redirected pass comes right in top of Saunders. And he's going to hold it at the top of his crease, force the face-off inside his own zone. Pretty well at the halfway mark here now, third period. Face-off will come to the right of Saunders. This face-off comes to the corner. Corkum for the Kings, going to bring it to the opposite side. They start to move it from the boards. Dukes picked that off, put it back deep. Picked up now by Blake Hartman. He's going to go to the opposite corner. Trying to move it around. Looks to come back out front with it. Kings pick that off. Now there's a chance here on that far side. Everybody holds it for a moment. But Saunders has it as all of a sudden the puck popped out. And Blake Hartman found himself alone with a puck and fired one. Tried to catch Saunders, maybe not on his post, but Saunders able to hold on to it. Force another face-off in the Kings zone. Time ticking down on the Kings. They had a hard enough time getting one goal on the Dukes. 3 and under 10 is going to be a tough task the way the Dukes are playing here this afternoon. That puck comes outside the line. And the Kings, Corkum, will look up ice with it. Hands it off here to Slavuta. Trips it up to Jackman, who tries to chip one up ahead, but chipped it a little bit too far as it comes in top of Hatton. He's going to come up to the top of his crease just outside the blue paint and smother the loose puck and hold on. Be a face-off now in the Duke zone. This draw picked up by McDonald behind his own net. Gets it to the far side. The Dukes will try to force one up. That one's going to be waved off. It looked like it was going to be icing. They say he comes a little too close to the Kings player. Icing waved off, and the Kings will try to bring it out. Here's Jackman for Silvuta. He looks to dump it inside the zone. Jackman looking to give chase. Along the boards now. Comes up with a loose puck. Over to Silvuta. Silvuta looking out front. And Grancelli got a piece of it. But he put that a little bit too wide. Had to put to the corner. Kings off the half wall now. Jackman spinning and turning. Looking for Grancelli out front. Can't get by the Dukes defender. The Dukes will look to clear. That's kept in. And they're going to say no, it was not. As Cinnabrook tried to hold it, but gets caught on the wrong side of the blue line. As Grancelli having a few words in behind the play as the linesman gets in between him and McDonald. Nothing comes from that. Face-off will come outside the line. 8:38 remaining here in the third. On the face-off, Dukes come up with it. Little DD pass inside their own line now. Up to the middle. McLennan looks to put that in deep. Kings pick it off from the corner. Goes to Weston. Weston looks up ice for LeBlanc. LeBlanc hits the center line, dumps it in deep. Getting back there first, though, is going to be Henry. He's going to lose it to Cole. Cole trying to come out of the corner with it now. gets some help from LeBlanc. Up to the high slot area. Frazier can't quite pull the trigger. Weston, he's from the blue line. Couldn't quite get the puck deep. And the Dukes will look to bring it out. Second attempt, went some help from English. English gonna hit the blue line. He bumps off a check as Cole tries to lay the shoulder. Here's a pass out front. Kings player just gets a stick on that. As far as the blue line, not out. Puts down deep in the corner. Another big check as Frazier throws a shoulder on the far side. Henry trying to hold the line. It's going to be brought out by LeBlanc. LeBlanc going to give it to Weston. Weston looking for some real estate. He's up through the middle now. He makes a move far side. Weston fires a shot. That can be blocked in front. And feeling the effects of that shot block was Aiden Green. But the Dukes able to clear. McLennan trying to come up through the middle. He's got a one hand, one down deep. He's looking for a change. Weston with a forecheck there. Sam Dunn forced it to the opposite corner. Kept in. Chipping in was Henry. Kings will try to clear. There's Henry again. And this time he does lose at the blue line, but gets it back. Backhands one on the far side. Weston's going to look up ice. Trying to find somebody open. Going to flick a high one up. As a bouncing puck, they trying to find Thompson. And Thompson and Lively floating around the blue line. Now Thompson almost going to lose the handle inside the blue line. Now he looks up ice. Hand up in the middle. And there's going to be a whistle on the offside. 6:45, third period, 4-1 Dukes. Remaining here. The face-off will come down below us. As Matt Cormack on that draw, the Dukes put it in deep. King trying to move it in the far wall. Chisholm moving up here for Culp. Culp trying to find some room. Culp on the far side. He throws a backhand towards the goal. That gets deflected wide. Now the Dukes will look to clear. Fires the blue line, not out. It gets turned back. As Murnahan moves it over. Dukes will try far side. That's off a skate. Moved back there by Arsenal. Now it's chipped in. And takes a funny bounce off the backboard. Right by those, that's where the Zamboni comes out of. Comes right out front. Saunders going to take no chances. As Altward put that down deep for the Dukes. As we're just over 6 to go here now, third period. Now the Dukes will continue on the road tomorrow. We're not far from where we are here. I believe they'll be up at the Apple Dome, taking on the Valley, where the Kings will be down in Tantallon to take on the Bucks, which will be always a great game when those two teams play. Here comes the Kings. Looking for any kind of luck here now. Trying to get something towards, as they're in a deep hole late in the third period. The Dukes trying to do everything they can to keep this puck away from the goaltender. But Grancelli heads it for the Kings from the corner. There's a pass out front trying to connect with Slavuta. Goes off his stick, and here comes the Dukes quickly back the other way. Makes a little moves. He's chipping it in there is Hartman. He has it all in behind. Takes it to the opposite corner. Trying to stop up, looking for some help. Hands it off. All the way up now is Langell. He tries for a pass out front. Can't quite connect. Now chipping in from the blue line, but can't find the puck. And the Kings able to clear it out. We're going to get a race for it back the other way as Grancelli trying to beat McDonald to the puck. But the Dukes come up with it. Pass goes off LeBlanc's stick. They'll try again. Smart play coming off the bench here was Green. I don't think it would have been too many players, but he was making sure before he touched that puck on that change. Now here's the Kings. Cole, the goal scorer and leader for the Kings, trying to pull it to get a shot, and then the backhand pass gets picked off by the Dukes. Now scramble along the boards. Dukes pick it out, and it's Gavin Hartman. Leaves it in the corner. Now the Dukes will just clear it outside the blue line. At center, Amiro. He gets his pocket almost picked there by the Dukes. As both teams look for it at center, LeBlanc for the Kings find it, put it down deep. Hatton out to play it. And he had to watch out as Hartman, then he almost gives it away, and Cole almost had a chance at the empty net, but a good active stick there by Henry to knock that loose. Now here comes the Dukes as I watch in behind the play as Frazier having a long conversation with Henry, and they're still having a conversation on the way back. And the Dukes Couldn't make anything happen as the Kings cleared out. Now the Dukes bring it back again. And this time it's Fisher. Going to hand off to Godkin, who fires a shot there. That's going to go off the blocker and stick of Saunders and up into the netting and out of play. 3:49, third period. 4-1 Dukes lead. On the draw. Puck goes to the corner. Pushing it forward now is Garnier. Tries to force one out front. Kings pick that up, but they can't clear it. It goes off the skate. Godkin, he's going to fire one towards the goal. Try to go back to the far side, but there's a quick glove of Saunders that makes that save. Holds on, forcing another face-off. A few more seconds tick off the clock. On the draw, going to come to the blue line. Kept in by Muraham. Far side, Dukes still relentless on this puck. Kings will try to clear far line. And the second attempt does get out. As Lemoyne now along the boards, trying to force it up ahead. And watch out there. As stepping up was Altward, sorry. As another shot from that far side. Right on Saunders. As coming in for relief. To start the third period, makes another save. No rebound, 3:15 remaining here in the third. This draw to the half wall. Dukes trying to find it. Kings looking to move it out. They do. Dukes right there. Put it down deep. They tag up like on the offside. And getting forced out the puck was Weston, but gets it right back. But the Dukes hold the line. Murnaham going to fire one deep. That's going to go around the old horn behind the goal. English gets it back to the point. There's a long shot. That gets through. I don't think Saunders really saw it after he kicked the leg out to make the save. Here's a chin at the blue line. Long shot right through. Another save as Saunders gets a blocker on that. High stays in play from the corner. Dunn in behind. He looks out front. There's a chance with a loose puck. Nobody able to pull the trigger. There's a shot there to Saunders again. You can hear the lag save from here. And that he clears it himself. Now Chisholm can't make anything happen there inside the line. Here comes the Dukes inside the line. Here's English. English looking out front, looking back door is crashing the goal. Was Murnaghan couldn't quite catch up to the puck. Now the Kings will look to clear. They do get it out. Picked up now here by Chisholm. He looks for a shot. He takes one. Saves made. Rebound. Push behind the goal. As we're just over 2 minutes remaining now here in the third period. Free reaction, both wins. And the Kings will push it up. They try to chip it in. Don't try to chip it far enough. This time the Dukes will send it the length of the ice. It's a little bit too far. And icing will be the call. 1:52, third period remaining. As the Dukes came into the third with a 3-0 lead, Kings popped one in. And then the Dukes get the 3-goal lead right back. They look like they're going to be able to hold on to take the victory here this afternoon. Here in Windsor, Nova Scotia. Of course, anytime you're in Windsor, always got to give a shout out to our good buddy Chef Dilly. If you're in the area, go check out his food truck. He has some amazing dishes that he serves up all the time here for the great community of Windsor. And sometimes I get to call his kids' game here with Junior C as well, which is a good time. He plays for the Newport Titans. There's a deflection right out front. There's a chance in all by himself and scores! As a kind of a lucky break here for the Kings as we nail down, I think it's going to be the captain, Jordan Jackman, as the deflection right off the defender skate in front of Hatton. He made a save there, and then sitting right on the doorstep, making no mistake, is number 91, and he's able to get that in behind the Dukes goaltender. So don't go anywhere yet. Time not in the Kings' favor here, and the way this game has been going, as the shots are almost doubled, 36-19 in favor of the Dukes. And they get the draw here at center, put that right down deep. They want to keep this as far away from their goaltender as possible. We'll keep an eye on the Kings goaltender if the Kings get the puck out here, and they do. And here goes Saunders heading to the bench as Cole's trying to get a step. He tries to walk the D. Can't quite get by. Now the Dukes have it on the boards, can't clear. Pass out front. Now a chance here. Cole fires, but get a toe on that one is Hatton and makes a huge save as we're under a minute to go here now. Now from the corner, Dukes looks to clear one out. Bouncing puck, we're going to follow it as it goes down. And we get a race for it, and Armero going to get there just in time as the Dukes player flying down the ice. Connor Arsenal. See if we get a timeout here as well. Of course, putting my coaching hat on, which has been a few years. And there's the timeout called from the Kings. 46.5 up on the clock. The Kings will want to talk about this face-off. Of course, Dukes looking how to defend this. Kings will look for a quick face-off, and we get it back, quick shot, throw everything toward the net. Dukes obviously want to do the opposite, win it back to the corner, try to clear the zone. As a reminder, everybody home, thanks for tuning in. Check the High Button channel as we have lots of great games going here all day today and tomorrow. U15, U16, U18, as well as U18 female, I believe up in Moncton. I don't know if they're quite finished yet with that showcase. And of course, next weekend, I say the weekend, but it actually starts Wednesday afternoon with the Ice Jam, which is always a great tournament. As we get a quick shot there of Jason Weston, number 77, Jaden Weston's father, great guy, great Sackvillian, known him for a lot of years. Played some hockey with him myself. Scored a few goals, and then as a goaltender, I don't score too many, but I got a couple. And there's the Kings with the face-off. Trying to go back to the blue line, trying to get a shot through, can't quite. And here comes, and firing that one home, making no mistake. I was going to make a comment there for a second as Campbell Dunn didn't quite hit the red line, but it didn't matter as he's able to put that to the center of the back of the net with pretty well 34.7 up on the clock here now. Saunders will head back to the net as now we'll just make sure nothing comes, any extracurricular activities, we should say, for the end of this one. Of course, both teams have a game tomorrow. And I mentioned earlier with the Ice Jam coming next weekend, which High Button always has the privilege of calling, which is to be some great hockey. As the Kings not giving up, as I was listening to the goal announcement, as Frazier fired one there on the short side. It comes off the glass, and Hatton had to be careful on the doorstep on that rebound. We'll force another face-off inside. A few more seconds tick off the clock. The Dukes get that draw now. Looking to kill some time, just kind of freeze that along the boards. But Frazier comes down there, looks to clear the pile. It does. Another chance here for Grancelli. He fires one. He's going to miss that one high and wide. Weston now as well. He's going to lose the handle. He's going to bring it out, and it's going to be Romaine. He'll bring it all the way back to his own zone. Have a quick look back the other end, and that'll do it. Dukes take this one. The final score 5-2. Final shots on goal 36-21. All in favor of the Eastern Dukes. Well, again here, Mike Elliott with High Button Sports. Wishing everybody a happy new year. Thanks everybody again for watching. We'll see you next game.